don't have a traditional business background. I went to school to become a teacher, I got a master's in education, and I taught high school English for 5 years. I was initially thinking I was going to do that for my whole career, but it didn't end up being the best fit for me. Now, when I left the classroom, on my list of possibilities of what I was going to do next, nowhere on there was being a business owner or specifically owning a laundromat. And I didn't think about this when I first bought a laundromat. And I didn't think about this when I was a teacher, but really what I loved about being a teacher was being an operator. I didn't use that term, but I loved managing the space. I loved being in charge of creating experiences for people. I loved planning out the bigger picture and figuring out how can we get there through small steps on a day-to-day basis. That's so much about what being a business owner is about. And I actually think being a teacher prepared me so well for operating a business and operating a laundromat specifically. You know, when you're operating a laundromat, you interact with so many different types of people, right? Just like I did when I was a teacher. Some of those people, I mean, you've got the public coming in, some of those people might be a little more difficult, right? I can tell you, I dealt with plenty of difficult people when I taught 9th grade, right? That's an interesting age to teach. So interacting with a lot of different types of people and understanding how to teach, I realized was really important when I was training employees. Coming into training employees with a plan and then understanding what are the steps they need to take to make sure this person knows how to do this job. Communication skills is so key. You need to instill confidence in your team when you're a business owner. You need to be able to speak confidently. You need to be able to have a clear plan. You need to be able to articulate what that plan is. And that was so much of what teaching was, is speaking in front of people, getting comfortable having challenging conversations, right? I had plenty of challenging conversations with students. I had to have challenging conversations with employees or even with customers sometimes. Being hands-on. I mean, as a teacher, you're dealing with so little resources and you have to figure out how to get something done even when it seems really difficult or even when the path in front of you is not clear. And that was so much about being a laundromat owner, is like, you have to be willing to jump in wherever your business needs you. You have to be willing to do like 5 to 10 different things in a day in order to make this project successful. And so I really encourage people who are in a career right now that they're not happy with, that want to do something else, consider buying a business. It's not the path, I think, for everyone, but it is an amazing path to take if you want to put in the time, money, and effort required. Buying a business changed my life. It changed what I thought about the type of work I could do. It changed what I think about the amount of money that I can make. It changed my ability to control my time. And I think that there are a lot of unconventional paths that can lead to business ownership. I never thought being a teacher would lead me to being a business owner, but you can come from a path that has nothing to do with business and be successful. Maybe you're a nurse and you don't want to be a nurse anymore, but you could be great at operating some healthcare related business, home healthcare services. You'd be overqualified to run a CPR training company. So I really encourage people to think a little bit outside the box, and maybe your career change isn't from one job to another. Maybe your career change is from having a job to being a business owner. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Be sure to leave me your questions in the comments below. And if you're finding this content useful, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out the show notes for links to get in touch with me and discuss your business acquisition deal.